There's a group of fireworks hotshots who call themselves GFA PYRO.
In this business, you need to take some risk.
You get addicted to it.
A crew of technicians with a laser focus to become the best in the world.
Man, this is insane.
With each and every show. This time on Pyros. At a graveyard show on home turf, a jury-rigged board stretches the crew to the breaking point. And in Barcelona, Phil dives into a live mortar field as the Pyros face demons to raise hell. Saint Jean-Baptiste Day is Quebec's most pyro-intensive holiday. 18 shows in 2 days. Last year, it nearly did GFA in.
We got a load break.
We're stretched to the maximum of what we can do on Saint Jean-Baptiste, definitely.
From technical glitches to outright screw-ups.
That was module 11, by the way.
This stuff.
Straight up.
Saint Jean-Baptiste of last year didn't go so well, and you're only as good as your last show.
This year, it's do or die for GFA. The clients have to walk away happy. So Sébastien Roy is rolling up his sleeves to make sure this year's Blitz goes glitch-free.
Last year, for me, it was a disaster.
No. 18 show. It's a big logistic for me and for all the crew.
But to equip all those shows, he's got to haul GFA's oldest gear out of deep storage.
Sometimes some firing board are not in the super condition because they come from far in the warehouse, and that can cause problem, you know.
120 kilometers east of the warehouse, Sebastian oversees the strangest show of the bunch. He's going to fire it in a densely populated neighborhood, but the residents won't complain.
Shooting a fireworks in a graveyard.
It's unusual, it's different, but still creepy.
And dangerous. Seb and his crew are going old school, lighting the bare fuses of this show by hand.
An Empire show, it's you, a road flare, and a shell. That's it. Each time it's a big drive of adrenaline. Trust me.
Okay, set good force.
I did one Empire show last year with Phil. It was enough.
Yet there's nothing pyros like more than lighting bombs from just inches away.
More dangerous, but also more fun.
Oh, yes, sir.
This year, Sebastian is working with 2 old friends. Wam is a pyro veteran.
You want this kind of guy in your team, you know.
And Fred,
A setup full of mortar, for Fred, it's a playground.
but some of the pyro for this show
25?
is too volatile to get close to. These effects can't be fired by hand.
If you end fire and you have a low break, you're a dead man. That's it. That's why you always need a firing board.
I will fire all the bombardos and the candles. Wham and Fred is going to be on field for the hand firing part.
We'll do it the old way, by hand.
Over in Chertsey, Philippe arrives with Stephanie Sanchez, one of GFA's go-to technicians.
Philippe is a guy that I love to work with.
Right.
We set up here.
Yeah. It's pretty cool to just be 2. We don't have a huge crew to deal with. There's no chief. We're just 2 good techs.
But this show is going to push the limits of even GFA's best tech.
Stephanie, you ready?
Yeah.
Let's do this.
We thought everything was going to be perfect. Yeah, we thought.
Philippe's been thinking about firing this show by hand, like Seb will do in the graveyard.
Woohoo! I just wanted to do a little extra adrenaline, fun thing with Stephanie.
Should I unfire those ones?
No, you should not.
Should not. Yeah.
For some reason, I never realized we had 5-inch and 6-inch on the show. I don't shoot those ones anymore.
Why is that?
After a little accident in Italy 10 years ago. 6-inch that ruined the ground. It got thrown through the air at like 10 feet, and I fainted. I woke up, I thought it was in my bed in Montreal, but I was laying down in a field in Italy. The impact is really strong, your brain just goes, and there's a blackout, you know, you don't feel it. I was really lucky to stay alive.
I cannot understand why Philippe is so casual about the fact that he almost died that day.
Hand firing is out, so it's time to hook up the firing board.
Yeah, Sebastian gave me that board. I tried it. Board, you see, this is on, this is clipped.
I give whole equipment at a good technician. I'm a wise guy, you know.
My board seems to be broken.
Philippe is not so amused.
I got a crap system, man. And honestly, I don't really like it. It's old.
He can't even start it up.
How can I know when I'm armed if the switch goes on 360? Everything's... That's the problem. No, it's broken. Look. Sebastian gave me the board. I'm not shooting with the.
Then I was stuck with a problem, no electrical system anymore because the board was broken. And the show was not designed to end fire at all. So I decided to pull out one little trick from my hat.
Hey, other idea. We do a nail board. Old style. Gonna create the firing system from scratch.
I was pretty happy to do a nail board. We don't get to do them often nowadays. Nice!
All right.
Simple principle of electricity. You just need a piece of wood, nails, and a 9-volt battery.
Instead of rows of push buttons, nails are used as contact posts. Any metal object wired up to a battery delivers the charge to the electric igniters that fire the shells.
Philippe will use this little tiny screwdriver to fire the show.
I'm gonna fire the show tonight with this. All my cables has 2 wires. This is line 1. 1 wire goes on this one. Then I put the other one on the ground. Then I go to my shell. Line 2, same thing. Line 3, line 4. Fire, 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 fire. Now it's a matter of not stopping at all. We've been delayed many ways. We need to go now. We really need to go.
While Philippe was doing his nail board, I had to work fast as I can and load the shells and wire the show.
So I'm building my power supply.
Philippe just needs enough juice to spark his 32 electric igniters, one after the other.
5 9-volt batteries will turn out to be 47.9 volts. It's more than enough.
But Phil hasn't always had the best luck with 9-volt batteries. He tried to launch with the same kind of battery pack at last year's Carnival.
God, this battery pack is mort, man. It's mort.
His surefire power supply failed.
Man.
It almost ruined the show before it got off the ground. Just to play it safe, Philippe decides to test out his system on a single igniter.
I'm gonna pop a couple of squib.
The batteries are good,
No, it's not popping.
but nothing happens.
This is ridiculous.
It's too late to bring in a whole new firing system. If Philippe can't make this work, he and Stephanie will have no show. It's Saint Jean-Baptiste Day, GFA's biggest and most hectic weekend of the year. Philippe and Stephanie have hit snag after snag, getting their firing system up in time for tonight's show.
My board seems to be broken. I'm not shooting with it.
Now, Philippe's solution to all their problems, a homemade nail board, has failed the most basic test.
It's not popping. It's not popping at all, so...
It's the simplest electric circuit possible, and it's not working.
This is ridiculous.
Then, it hits him.
This screwdriver, it's cut in the middle. It's not a big pin all the way. Much better.
Philippe tries attaching the supply wire directly to the shaft of his screwdriver.
If I put current here, it's not gonna go there. Okay. Here we go. We get a firing system.
Took my wire, put it 2 centimeters up, it worked.
My 45-volt battery pack. Fired all this roll with a squib. I don't know how many ohms, but a lot of resistance. Done deal.
90 kilometers away, Sebastian and his Pyros try to breathe a little life into a graveyard.
It's scary, but exotic.
When you want to end fire a show, you have to remove the yellow tubing on the fuse.
That exposes the super volatile black match inside.
So it goes very fast.
If you leave the yellow tubing, it's gonna be super fast. But if you remove the yellow tubing, you have 2 or 3 seconds to go back.
We're gonna have a lot of fun tonight.
Back in Chertsey, Stephanie races to connect the last of her electric igniters.
Now we're ready to do the real test.
This is live, you know? This is all connected to my explosives.
Okay.
Good. Line 2, no good.
Another problem.
There's no beep, that means there's something's wrong.
7 not working.
When we finally did our testing, 3 lines didn't work.
29.
29, sorry.
So every nail actually is connected from 1 to 20 shells. I could have in between 20 to 60 shells on the ground. You know, on big show, if there's little problems, you're gonna get lost. This, every single shell needs to go.
Oh, see? That cannot work at all. Stephanie was connecting. She just missed it.
Since ditching the firing box, Philippe and Stephanie have been making it up as they go. Now, they're paying the price.
We have a problem to solve, and we can't seem to find a problem. 29 is a big line.
I know.
Outside the cemetery in St. Mark,
I'm ready.
Sebastian's Pyros are getting ready to light some of the shells by hand with these road flares.
It's the most dangerous way to fire a show.
This is GFA's riskiest show of the night. And Mode Furtado, the boss, has got to be here for it.
So you're gonna hand fire, huh?
Absolutely.
Oh.
Hi guys. What a nice spot.
I believe we are not over someone here, so it's good.
It's weird.
Sebastian needs Mode's help tonight. I need Mode operating the electrical firing board. Seb will call out all the shots.
Environ 2 minutes, 2 minutes 30 seconds.
11.
Everyone else will follow his direction. Mode firing from the board. Fred and Wam from the middle of an exploding mortar field.
I was quite nervous because it had been a couple of years since I fired a show.
Fred and Wam's lives will be in Sebastian and Mode's hands.
You need to be there, man. You need to stay focused.
Timing will be critical.
Maud was nervous, but I don't give her the choice, you know.
Je t'en prête tes mains. Ça rappelle?
Okay.
Up in Chertsey, Philippe babies his precious battery pack.
I was taping it carefully, you know, because all the batteries are clipped one into the other. It stopped working if it's unclipped somewhere.
The system is officially armed. Pray the Lord.
But Philippe's got another worry.
The problem tonight is we're really close to the explosive. All the 32 line needs to go to my board. The problem I had is not having enough shooting wire, so I had to stay like 30 feet from the fireworks. It was really close, and we had some 6-inch. If we have a low break or explosion in the gun that could touch us, we'll have to watch our back tonight.
But there's no time for second thoughts.
Je peux y aller?
Now, armed with just a screwdriver and a stopwatch,
OK, Pyro, dans 3, 2, 1.
Philippe and Stephanie light the sky.
When we saw that everything was working, that was kind of release.
It works! Woo!
The makeshift nail board is performing perfectly. And Philippe's battery pack is holding its own.
Stand by to 20. Wait.
But they're too close to the mortars.
We were so close that every time a bomb went out, we could feel the blast and the shockwave.
Big guns! Watch out!
Yet they have to keep firing, even while they're getting pelted with tiny burning projectiles.
Watch out, big guns! Watch out, big guns!
The more powerful the shell, the more it hurts.
Go to 21. Stand by to 22.
And Philippe knows what's next.
On va finir à temps.
Watch out, finale's coming.
The finale. It'll be a barrage of the same big shells that almost killed him in Italy.
Go to Glacier!
They have to clear out now.
Go dernier!
Hey, that was not bad at all. Hey, that was close, huh?
At the end, I was shaking. We were very close.
We were close, eh?
Oh my God, my knees are shaking so bad.
Everyone at Chertsey got what they came for tonight.
Better than a roller coaster and sex at the same time. And now we can do the dance, right?
At the cemetery in St. Mart, Maude turns the key on her electric firing board.
Hand lighting is one thing, but hand lighting combined with the firing system is still a bit more tricky.
If they get their signals crossed,
Go.
Maude could fire a mortar when the tech is right on top of it.
Go! King Floyd, Cap, go! Big nose, go!
The thing is, Sebastian was shouting at the guys the cues, and it was so loud. You guys were not hearing.
Right there, go! Raquel. Qu'est-ce que tu fais?
Confusion.
Go! Right there, go! Pyro! Game 22! Il y a un problème.
It's a potentially deadly situation. A communication breakdown between Fred and Wom lighting the shells and Maude triggering the cakes from the board that are exploding all around the two men.
Fait que c'est peut-être dans mon cul que ça va sauter. Go! 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 Go!
Wow, what a team!
The show was good. The result was good.
It was crazy. Really crazy.
It was cool. I hadn't done that for a while, so it was like, ease, focus.
This time, GFA's 18 shows go off flawlessly, even the two toughest.
Now that Saint-Jean-Baptiste was done, we had to think about Barcelona.
Next, the Pyros go overseas to fire 3 shows that'll be forever burned into their memories. Philippe, Sebastian, and Maude are in Spain at the Festival de la Merced.
It's always a treat to go to Barcelona.
For them, it's like a trip to the motherland, where everyone lives and breathes Pyro.
You got a love affair with Spain, man. It's good fireworks, good parties.
Oh! We're in Spain! Titanium salutes on top of the building! This is totally forbidden in Canada! It's brilliant! It's smell it!
But they're not just here to smell the gunpowder. GFA is helping Pyrotechnia Igual, their old Spanish colleagues, pull off a trifecta. 3 different shows in 3 days.
Those guys are a good friend. The job there was pretty huge, you know.
3 shows in 3 days.
First up, a beach blowout.
Yeah, they have a lot of people in the boardwalk.
This show
All the shells are here on both sides.
features GFA's own design.
We've been invited to perform one fireworks show, so tonight is our show.
The fireworks will launch from 2 parallel piers. Smaller effects in the front, more powerful shells farther from the shore.
7 minutes, hein?
7 minutes.
It's just before the GFA show, and Phil heads out for a final check.
Basic stuff we need to just check. And this side is full of rats. Rats! I saw 5 rats here. So let's not get bitten.
Tonight's show has got to go right for GFA. It's a chance for them to impress their Spanish hosts.
It's always a little challenging because Spaniards are really overqualified technicians. You always want things to be perfect with them.
It can happen so quickly. In this job, you never know.
Yeah.
It's showtime. There's beautiful symmetry at first. Both piers are firing perfectly.
For the first 10 seconds, the show was perfect.
There was two positions. One position was perfect. The other one, the big guns stopped firing.
The half of it was not going on.
We were losing all the show. The firing was a disaster. Somebody had to do something.
Okay, let's do this now. We're losing time.
Philip decided to run and try to resolve the problem.
Watch your step.
The big shells on the left pier aren't firing. Yet the computer is still sending signals to fire.
Watch out!
If the connection comes back, the mortars could blast in Phil's face at any time.
I went on a position that was not firing, but I didn't know where was the problem. I had to figure it out in the dark.
It's okay to try to troubleshoot the fireworks, but you need to think, you know? It's only a fireworks.
Philippe zeroes in on a module that's not working. But he knows it's not safe to get any closer.
This was the module of the big caliber, the big guns. It could go off any time.
His frustration gets the better of him.
I should have stopped him.
You can be mad against Phil. He didn't realize the danger. He put his head between two mortar racks.
A crucial opening night fireworks show in Barcelona has gone horribly wrong for GFA.
Watch your step.
One position stopped firing. I had to find the problem and to fix it.
It's crazy. You don't have to do that.
Whether they're firing or not, the computer is still sending firing pulses to the mortars.
I regret not stopping him.
He put his head between two mortar racks. He didn't realize the danger.
Somehow, Phil brought the show back to life. But was it worth the risk?
Oh, my head in between.
The show builds to a perfect finish.
Good shot of adrenaline, huh?
The show is over. But everyone is grappling with what Phil did.
I put my f***ing head in between big guns.
Yes.
That was kind of stupid, but we saved the show,
Head technician Mark and Phil take a closer look at the faulty module.
Il passait jusqu'au front. C'est juste là que c'est là que je me suis mis la tête. I was standing here, and I just realized it's supposed to be like this, really tight. We lost the connection because of this. I just push it back. I hold it, and boom!
That was 1 in a million.
The reality of Phil's gutsy move starts to sink in.
Just coming down there, my heartbeat just went up a bit.
Putting your head between two mortar rack.
That could be the last sound you ever hear, you know? It was a crazy risk. He saved the show, but it was almost a suicide.
We love Philip, it's his nature, he's very spontaneous, but still, imagine if something had happened.
If the... It was a gamble. It was a stupid gamble.
Well, this is Phil, it's typical of Phil.
It's me.
It's me again. Here you are.
You know what? It's good, I'm just...
Beer time. Cerveza.
I was lucky I was lucky, actually.
The next morning, the GFA Pyros head out to start setting up for the fireworks finale.
We had a little sleep since last night. Should be a long day.
Philippe is dropped off at the main square to help with the main show.
Something really special is happening here now. This is only a 1/20 position.
Maud and Sebastian rush to help a colleague in more dire straits.
We end up helping Rodrigo.
Rodrigo has been sweating it out all by himself, setting up for tonight's huge parade of fire, the Correfoc.
Correct. Is fire in Catalan. It's a parade of devils with fireworks and the crowd running in between them.
It's an elaborate event to set up.
Okay.
So Rodrigo puts Seb right to work.
It was supposed to be a small show.
It's a lot of small effects, you know, gerb. They have a shitload, man. I'm a little bit surprised.
Even with the 3 Pyros, it's still a losing battle.
There was so many little pieces to put and attach all over. It was wow.
And the crowds are already gathering.
I think someone underestimated the work that needs to be done here. That's like a full-day job.
You can't do this in 5 hours, impossible.
The dragons might be ready. The gates of hell are not.
We need to be finished.
What happens if you don't get something done in time? It's undone.
Just the stage before panic. This is way too much. Maybe we could use some help. Help!
You can't do this in 5 hours, impossible.
In Barcelona, Spain, Maud and Seb are short on time.
This is way too much.
They're helping string up Pyro for tonight's spectacular fire march, the Correfoc.
Maybe we could use some help.
I called Phil because the job there was pretty huge.
Hola, amigos. What can I do?
Poor Rodrigo, they send Malone.
GFA is here to help Rodrigo set up hundreds of small explosives
Okay.
all over the gates of hell.
Okay.
Phil has to lace the structure and the streets with Pyro quickly.
You have a deadline, you have to make it happen, so you try to cut short in the little details, find some new ways to do the stuff.
Crazy, man. Small show like this one, with a lot of small effects, are so time-consuming.
The crowds are piling in.
The crowd is so close.
At this point, quick and dirty is the only way they're going to make it.
Lights move.
And just in time.
And I think that's it.
This is a good 2 hours of work.
I think Rodrigo was super happy, definitely grateful.
Now, all the main characters arrive, including the devil himself.
Want to fight?
More pyro is wired onto the props.
Fireworks everywhere. Big quantity of explosive. Something like 40,000 of a small effect. It's totally crazy.
Five minutes before the show, Rodrigo just told me I was going to fire the show.
Hey, I'm shooting the show.
That was kind of surprised since I never shoot with that firing system before. My heart started beating crazy fast.
Now for the arrival of the star of the Carafuck, the devil.
Okay, la ligne 1, feu.
The Carafuck reenacts a legend about a town beating back an invasion of devils. It's a mass purification by fire.
That's scary, actually.
The devil has spoken from the gates of hell. Time for the Pyros to make his dragons breathe fire on the crowd of sinners. The Carafuck is meant to be scary. But to be scary, it's got to be dangerous. The climax is the Traca finale. When the demons let go of all their fire.
People are crazy, they dancing to the pyro. They shoot pyro in the crowd.
The whole point is to confront the devils. Even if you get burned.
You have to be prepared to be burned. It's a part of the deal, you know. It's the chaos. I never seen everything like that. It was hell, for real.
It's not over until the demons have been beaten back to hell for another year.
I bring back a t-shirt. I survive at the Carafuck.
The Pyros made it to hell and back, alive. But tomorrow's finale will be a real scramble when the Pyros aim to set the sky on fire. Tonight is the big finale, the mother of all pyro shows, to close out Barcelona's Festival de la Marseille. Pyrotechnia Igual enlists GFA's help with the huge setup.
It says in Spanish, empty the truck.
Those pallets in the boxes there, it's only the Roman candles. The show is huge, man. It's one of the most important shows in the country.
Tonight, hundreds of thousands will gather. The rush to complete the setup is on.
This shows is a tradition. They definitely need to perform well, as it's their home.
Even a wiring wizard like Seb can get a little rattled under intense observation.
You feel like an animal in a cage.
Felt like you're kind of in a zoo, looking at us and taking pictures, and so we feel a little bit observed.
I have a real challenge right now. I need to stay focused.
Stay focused, stay focused.
Throw me peanuts.
Don't feed the Pyros.
Special, what?
The show is in 15 minutes. So guys are doing tests. Just firing with 4 board and 2 computers, which is unusual.
Yeah. It was a really big show though, so you have to split the show, making sure that you don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Big thing is happening here now.
We just need to respect this bubble.
Respect his bubble. It's a lot of pressure.
C'est long,
Ouais, y a pas, ouais.
You know, those guys are so good friends. We are nervous for Rodrigo and Albert.
C'est bon.
Time code is received, everything tests well.
Let's move. There we go. Eres un campeón.
This is unbelievable. Wow.
I'm shocked. I guess that show means a lot to the locals.
It's the biggest show of the year in all over Spain. We knew we were about to see something good.
Oh, archers.
The archer shoot the arrow. When the arrow descended on the field, Rodrigo had to start the show manually.
Wow, man, super cool.
Okay, this is awesome. Nice introduction.
Spain is one of the mecca of fireworks in the world. They expect a good show. You better deliver a good show, because even the general public, they know more about fireworks than, let's say, here in Canada.
Not sure we load enough product to keep this rhythm, man.
Hey, flying saucer.
I love those. This is my favorite effect.
200,000 Spaniards aren't here just to watch. They're here to take part.
At the end of the show, they shoot 300 salutes.
It's the proper Spanish way to finish a fireworks show. Make sure everybody understands that it's over.
Seeing 300 salutes going off at the same time in a finale is just like,
Comment ça va?
Bel trabajo.
GFA promised to help their pals at Igual make it through 3 shows in 3 days.
we helped them. It was tiring, it was exhausting.
Good work.
I was happy though. There was not a forced show. Mommy here need too much coffee.
It's always an honor to be able to work there.
Pyro technique, well done, awesome job, man. A little help.
Kick-ass.
Yeah. What a kick-ass job. Yeah, that's it, man.
Anytime. Barcelona, anytime.
Next time on Pyros, Phil and Eric tangle with a rowdy crew from Oz, arming a 1.5 kilometer bridge.
This is unbelievable! Look at this!
We are escorted by guys with machine guns.
And the boys get themselves into another tight spot back in Mexico.
Do I hit this building or do I hit this building?